My name is Adam Locke, and we're on the Stewart Causeway, which is just one of the nicest places to sail, or kite, or wing, or anything that you'd like to have with flat water. Well, what we're starting to see is that there's this push to harden the shorelines of our causeways. And this has been happening for some time now. We'll have highway improvements done, and next thing you know, there's rocks. And it's really bad for the environment, and it's even worse for the access. Down here you can see they're doing the rest of the repair, and they brought in some more sand, and they'll bring their machines in and they'll bring it out. They might do a little bit of rock work here to protect that bridge, and this is definitely a project that was done right. Now on the north side, there's a project that wasn't done so right.
Yeah, let's go check
and
it out.
we're hoping to fix that. But here we have rocks that were brought in. They made a couple of little slots for us, and we were lucky to get this at the time. The plan was to do the whole thing, but it just so happened that it was a big windsurfing day when they were putting these rocks in. So our local sailors stood up and they told the engineers, you got to give us access. And they gave us these little paths, and I think there's 3 of them in here. And they're nice, but they're just not big enough. And they still can be a tripping hazard. If you're carrying your gear and you're trying to get through, you can see how the rocks stick up. This is broken up concrete where they have grinded it up, and the contractor comes and dumps it all over the place thinking that he's protecting it. And what he's done is he's just created a mess. And this lagoon deserves better than that. And you can see how the rocks kind of migrate out. And so at a high tide, you wouldn't even see that, but walking along, you sure feel it if your foot came into contact with that rock. So let's clean it up. This is your legacy. And if your legacy is just to dump rocks and remove everybody's access, that's what people are going to remember you from. But if you look at what the people want, and you try to we understand there's going to be some engineering. They kind of, in order to save this area here, they had to put some rock down because of the force of the waves. But they also have to remember that we're here. We need landing areas for kites. We need great access for the foils. We need fantastic access for anybody who wants to enter the water. And we have habitat loss because of this hardening, because of herbicides and pesticides and dirty water. And we really need to do our part to make sure that we push for clean water, we push to keep our sandy beaches, and that way the ecology actually can survive. And it's important, and that's why we have to really be vigilant. And we have to stay on top of them, and if they know that we are, I think that they're going to do the right thing, and I hope they do. But look, you see all the birds? See how they come and they feed here. So if you take away the sand, you can see all those little feet prints. And that's the birds that are working this little area, and they're foraging and they're feeding. And if we lose all this sand, where are those birds going to feed? And we really all need to get together. We have a Facebook page where we've put a lot of information together, and it's the Beach Protection Coalition. And it's an open group for anybody who wants to join it, whether they're people who are engineers and government people, or whether they're people who enjoy the wind sports, fishing, or anything. It's important that we communicate and that we work together and that we do this in a very professional manner. And we can save these beaches and causeways. We can, I'm sure of it.